The last thing you want to hear when you need your auto insurance most is a robot with countless irrelevant menu options. Which is why with USAA Auto Insurance, you'll get great service that is easy and reliable, all at the touch of a button. Get a quote today. Restrictions apply.
Hi, I'm Sam Payne, host of the Appleseed Podcast. This season, imagine this: a crackling fire, a mug of cocoa, and family gathered around a great story. All you need is the fire and the cocoa. We'll take care of the stories. Join us in every episode of the Appleseed Podcast for folk tales, fairy tales, family stories, tall tales, and more, shared by some of the country's most beloved storytellers, and just right for gathering around. Make it a Christmas season to remember with the Appleseed Podcast. Find the Appleseed wherever you get your podcasts.
Coming up, a nuclear noir thriller from my favorite author.
The nonfiction story of a reluctant shaman.
Plus, our distraction of the week. I'm Mel.
I'm Dave. This is the Library of Lost Time.
My recommendation is The Half-Life of Valery K. by Natasha Pulley. This novel taught me a new literary term.
What's that?
Nuclear noir.
Nuclear noir.
Natasha Pulley creates immersive worlds populated with characters that make you fall in love with them. At some point in her novels, I always have a really good ugly cry.
Uh-huh.
And this book did not break that trend. The hero is Valery Kolkanov. It's 1963 and the height of the Cold War. Valery is eking out a life in a Siberian prison. He is in no way thriving, but he's managing. Then one day, he's whisked away to a lab in the mysterious City 40. He's doing secret radiation research, and it raises dangerous questions and puts him in peril. This story is based on real events, and it's a big adventure that weaves together scientific mysteries, KGB hijinks, and as always with Natasha Pulley, a brilliant love story. That's The Half-Life of Valery K., and it's out now.
My pick this week is a nonfiction book about a woman who grew up in a magical family in Colombia. The book is called The Man Who Could Move Clouds, a Memoir by Ingrid Rojas Contreras. The author grew up with a mom who could tell fortunes and a grandfather who was known for his gift to heal.
Awesome.
Yeah. And she had assumed that the legacy had skipped her until, in her 20s, she had a head injury that left her with amnesia.
Whoa.
Yeah. When she recovered, she had what her family called the secrets.
The secrets.
Yeah. This story was named one of the best books of the summer by Time. It's The Man Who Could Move Clouds, a memoir by Ingrid Rojas Contreras, and it's out now. And now our distraction of the week. So for years, I've dreamed about going to a camp like the one featured in Dirty Dancing.
Who hasn't?
I know. Enjoy a hearty breakfast, hit the pool, and then join a dance line where I effortlessly lift you over my head.
Do I get to wear a pink dress?
Sure.
Next time you fire up Dirty Dancing on TV, you might want to make it a double feature.
Welcome to Kutcher's is a documentary about the last surviving family-run resort in the Catskills.
For more than 100 years, this place was the summer destination for Jewish families from New York.
In the movie, you'll meet the owners who ran the place, as well as some of the longtime employees and guests who return year after year.
You know, when we watched this documentary, I was amused and really touched in equal measure.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit embarrassed to admit that I laughed so hard out loud at the Borscht Belt jokes that were being told by the comedian Freddie Roman.
Yeah.
They're so bad.
Yeah.
And I laughed so hard. I was also really delighted by the footage of Wilt Chamberlain, who was a 7-foot-tall teenager working as a bellhop before he became a basketball legend.
Yeah, there's shots of him stuffing suitcases into a second-story window.
From outside.
Yeah. We also enjoyed the calendar of recreational activities and the menu. We stopped the movie to read the mimeograph sheet of all those activities and foods.
Bingo. Investment advice.
You can have chop suey or bagels.
For me, the real stars of this story are the customers who shared their memories of family vacations. Without exception, they all said, "There's so much food."
It's true. Watch this movie and you might get a feel for what it was like back in the day, and maybe you'll get a little verklempt at the passage of the family-run resorts in the Catskills.
Visit strongsenseofplace.com/library for information on how to watch the documentary. It's called Welcome to Kutcher's, and for more details about the books we discussed.
Thanks for joining us in the Library of Lost Time. Remember to visit your local library and your independent bookstore to lose some time yourself.
Stay curious. We'll talk to you soon.
Hey folks, we're the hosts of Comic Sans, the podcast about comics for those who are sans knowledge. I'm Yen, a reader, writer, liver, and breather of comic books.
And I'm Nat. I used to know absolutely nothing about comics, but now...
So actually, I've got a quiz for you.
I still have a lot to learn about comics.
Thank you. On Comic Sans, I make Nat read some of my favorite works in the medium, including Saga, Daredevil, and the Flintstones.
And Yen talks about what makes that comic special. Sometimes it's a story, sometimes it's...
Channeling, gutters, page turns, colorings, lettering, semiotics, juxtaposition.
Okay, Professor, save it for the episodes.
You can listen to Comic Sans on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
You can binge our first 2 seasons. That's over 20 episodes on 20 different comics.
And we just launched Season 3, new episodes every 2 weeks.